Open your closet. Look at your bug-out bag or that camping kit you bought online. What is inside? A wire saw? A tactical pen? A massive Rambo knife with a compass built into the handle? If you are nodding your head, I have bad news for you. You are not prepared for a survival situation, you are prepared for a Hollywood movie. The survival industry is a multi-billion-dollar machine designed to sell you fantasies. They sell you gadgets that look great on social media, but fail the moment nature actually tests them. When you are wet, freezing, and terrified in the middle of a forest, a tactical tomahawk is just dead weight. Here's the hard truth that survival schools won't tell you because it hurts their sales. You can survive 99% of wilderness emergencies with just 5 simple tools that fit in a small pouch. But there is a catch. One of the most popular items, something almost every prepper swears by, is actually a death trap. It gives you a false sense of security, and when it fails, it leaves you with 0 options. We'll get to that item number 4, and explain why you should throw it in the trash today. In this video, we're throwing away the junk. We're exposing the myths of survival gear and breaking down the only 5 tools that actually save lives when the chips are down. Before we open the kit, we need to understand the rule of 3s. This is the biological law that dictates how you die. You can survive 3 minutes without air. You can survive 3 hours without shelter. You can survive 3 days without water. And you can survive 3 weeks without food. Most people buy gear for the 3 weeks part, fishing hooks and snares. But statistically, you will be dead from hypothermia within 3 hours, long before you ever get hungry. Therefore, our gear must prioritize shelter and water over everything else. This brings us to tool number 1. It isn't a tent, and it isn't a tarp. It is a heavy-duty Mylar bivvy bag. Notice I said heavy-duty. I'm not talking about those flimsy gold foil blankets that cost $1. Those are garbage. They tear in the wind and they're impossible to wrap around your body effectively. You need a sleeping bag style bivvy bag made of tear-resistant material. Here's the science. In a survival situation, your enemy is the wind and the cold ground. A bivvy bag solves both. You crawl inside and it instantly traps 90% of your radiant body heat. It creates a waterproof microclimate. If you break your leg in a ravine at sunset, you cannot spend 3 hours constructing a bushcraft shelter. You need immediate protection. You pull this bag out, you crawl in, and you survive the night. It weighs 6 ounces. There is no excuse not to carry one. Once you have shelter, you need an external heat source. Most people pack a Bic lighter or matches. These are fine for a sunny day, but in a real emergency, lighters fail in freezing temperatures because the gas doesn't vaporize and matches get crushed or wet. Tool number 2 is a ferrocerium rod or ferro rod. This is a mixture of iron and cerium that throws sparks at 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't care if it's wet, it doesn't care if it's freezing, it doesn't run out of fuel. Mastering the ferro rod takes practice, but it is the only fire starting method that is truly bomb-proof. Pair this with some cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly, and you have a guaranteed fire in the pouring rain. Fire is not just warmth, fire is a signal, and fire is a psychological boost that stops panic. Now we address the 3 days rule. Water. You see people carrying plastic hydration bladders or those fancy survival straws with built-in filters. Filters are great until they freeze. If the ceramic element inside your filter freezes, it cracks. The next time you use it, you are drinking raw sewage and you won't even know it. Tool number 3 is the most boring item on this list, yet it is the most critical. It is a single-walled stainless steel water bottle. Why single-walled? Because you cannot boil water in an insulated bottle. The vacuum seal will explode if you put it in a fire. With a single-walled steel bottle, you have a disinfection system that never fails. You fill it with dirty creek water, put it directly into the coals of your fire, and boil it. Boiling kills 100% of pathogens. Filters can clog, tablets run out, but a steel bottle lasts forever. It can also be used to carry hot rocks into your bivvy bag to keep you warm at night. It is a multi-use tool that plastic simply cannot replace. Now we arrive at the controversial item, the knife. This is where the marketing lies are the strongest. You see survival knives that are massive with serrated spines, hollow handles for storing matches, and aggressive tactical looks. This is the junk I told you to throw away. A hollow handle means a weak blade connection. If you try to chop wood with it, the handle will snap and you will be left holding a broken piece of metal. Tool number 4 is a full-tang carbon steel fixed blade knife. Full tang means the metal of the blade runs all the way through the handle. It is one solid piece of steel. You don't need a sword, you need a blade that is 4 to 5 inches long. This size is perfect for batoning, a technique where you hit the back of the knife with a heavy stick to split wood. You need to split wood to get to the dry center of a log when it's raining. A folding knife is convenient, but the hinge is a weak point. In a survival situation, if that hinge breaks, you lose your ability to process wood. Get a simple, boring knife like a Mora. It's not flashy, but it works. Finally, you need a way to hold things together, to lash branches for a shelter or fix a broken shoelace. Most survivalists tell you to carry 550 paracord. Paracord is good, but for a compact kit, there is something better. Tool number 5 is number 36 tarred bank line. This is a twisted nylon twine used by fishermen. Why is it better than paracord? Volume. You can carry 100 feet of bank line in the same space as 20 feet of paracord. It's coated in tar, so it grips onto itself, making knots much more secure. In survival, you rarely need to lift heavy weights, you need to tie things up. Bank line allows you to carry 5 times the amount of cordage in your pocket. Quantity has a quality all its own. We have covered the 5 physical tools: the bivvy, the ferro rod, the metal bottle, the knife, and the cordage. But there's a ghost tool, a 6th element. You can buy the best gear in the world, but if you don't have this, you will die with a pocket full of expensive gear. I am talking about emotional control. Panic is the predator. When you realize you are lost, your brain dumps cortisol into your blood. Your fine motor skills vanish. Your IQ drops. You make rash decisions. You abandon your gear. I have studied search and rescue cases where victims were found dead with a lighter in their pocket and dry wood next to them. They froze because they panicked and couldn't figure out how to make a fire. The gear I listed today is useless if you don't practice with it. A ferro rod is just a stick if you don't know the angle to strike it. A bivvy bag is just a wrapper if you don't know how to set it up before your fingers go numb. Let's simplify this. Survival instructors call this the 5 C's of survivability: cover, combustion, container, cutting, and cordage. Open your bag again. Look at that tactical pen. Can it keep the rain off you? No. Look at that wire saw. Can it boil water? No. Be ruthless. If an item doesn't keep you warm, hydrated, or safe, it is a luxury, not a necessity. In a survival situation, ounces equal pounds, and pounds equal pain. The wilderness is indifferent to you. It doesn't care if you're cool. It understands physics. It is calories in versus calories out. It is body heat versus the wind. These 5 tools are the great equalizers. They give you a fighting chance against the elements. They turn a survival emergency into an inconvenient camping trip. Stop buying the fantasy, start buying the capability. Do you have a useless piece of gear you regret buying? Let me know in the comments. If you want to learn these specific techniques on how to use these tools, make sure you are subscribed. Stay safe, stay prepared, and thanks for watching.